Good morning, everybody. You are here with Morning Coffee with Brad. It is September 25th. It is a Thursday. So we're just past hump day and we're ready to get your. What in God's name are you doing? Ready to get your day started for you today. My name is Brad. You're here with Morning Coffee with Brad. And it is 63 degrees and cloudy outside today. Going to expect some partly cloudy skies today. Get you off to your day here. We're looking at a high around 73 degrees today. And we'll go ahead and share our forecast for this week. And then we will also get this posted up on our Facebook page. So let us know what you think. Definitely looking at some partly cloudy skies today. Tomorrow, a little warmer. We're going to be at 78. Today might be a little breezy off and on. Winds up 10, 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow and Saturday, winds are going to be light and variable. So if this weekend you're looking at getting out to the Johnny Appleseed Festival or getting out to Ducktail Run or James Dean Festival, this is going to be a great weekend for it. So we're going to do a 3-day instead of a 5-day. And we'll update that as the day goes on or as the week goes on. So that is what that looks like. So we posted a model yesterday, which had a couple of questions. So we're going to actually share that today. And I'm going to move that onto my other screen here so I can look at it and we can talk about it. Hope you're having a good morning this morning, and I thank you for joining me. Oh, I hit the wrong button. So we're going to try something a little different. We have this guy going on over here. Eventually, we will be moving that to behind us. So just so you know that is in the works. And what we will do is eventually have that right here behind us. I'll get my big head out of the way and then we'll talk about stuff like that. So for right now, the screen. And as I get this set up, feel free to check out our forecast. Make some changes to my glitchy and things like that, and it definitely seems like it has not. So just bear with me as I kind of try to get through this a little bit here. I'm not sure what my holdup is. Or why this is being so doggone angry. I got to remove that first. So as you see on your screen here, this is what we're talking about. This is the current weather model that the Euro is showing. And what we've had here is we're stuck in kind of like an omega block, which is going to be which is going to help us stay really dry with the jet stream over the next couple weeks. So one thing that is not helping it is our high pressure out here. And you'll see as we kind of go through some of these slides here on what this is going to look like as we shape out our week. So we got some low pressure up here. We got some low pressure back here, but that high pressure is not really moving. We got some more high pressure up here. So we can see we got a high pressure trough set right here. If you look, we're still inundated with high pressure right here. Low pressure up in Canada. So we're going to be wet in Canada. We're going to be wet in the southeast. Now, as we get into 3 days from now, if you look southeast of Florida down there, we have some low pressure down there that's a little bit concerning, but should push north because this high pressure trough that's set up over here. So we should keep that off to the coast. Now, if you're paying attention, you see that there's two separate areas of concern. So we got the low pressure just off the coast of Florida down there. And then if we look southeast from there, we got another one down there that's popping up. So this is called the Fujiwara effect when we end up with snake eyes out there. So that is definitely a concern that you've seen a lot of people talking about. And then coming up to the Carolinas, we get definitely that invest right here making landfall. This looks like September 30th. So next Tuesday. Well, I'm sorry, this would be Monday about 8 p.m. Definitely making some land contact there. And then it does push up into the Carolinas. Now, one thing I will mention about that is days prior, this did not actually make landfall. So I've been watching this very closely. So if you look at this area right here, that is actually inland. We've had high pressure and other things pushing this to keep it out here. Now, as we have this over here, which would be a tropical storm at this point, we look out here off of the coast of Florida again, just outside of the Bahamas there. We got that other storm out there, which October 5th, I believe, is going up right up the coast, unless it has changed. It has. So that's going to push north and then east and go back out into the water. That other tropical development dissipates. So we can see that high pressure setting up over Pennsylvania, New York. That's going to help keep us dry. We are up to October 3rd at this point. And then coming up here, we should see another invest coming up through the south. There it is, right off the coast of the Carolinas. So I could see that being a tropical storm there. but then it gets a little stronger, and then it continues to strengthen. So with the water temperatures there, I don't see it strengthening that fast, but keep in mind, per the Euro model, they just had a powerful storm hit right here already. So we could get inundated with 2 storms all at once right there. And now they have this one making landfall into Virginia and then coming up to Pennsylvania. So that would put us right through Washington, D.C. as well. And then that could also set us up for nor'easter type event. So that's as far as the weather model is going to take us on that today. What we'll do is we're going to go up and we're going to check this based off of another model. And then we're going to talk about what these hurricanes are going to mean for us and what Huntington County Storm Chasers is going to do as part of this. So this is the Canadian model. It's not as specific as far as what the rain will look like and everything like that. Let it get loaded here. This is still going to show that trough, most likely, the Omega block that we're currently in. Show some low pressure down here around Kentucky, Tennessee, and now we got that low pressure building up off of the coast of Florida down there. So we can see this is getting the hint of kind of the same thing the Euro was talking about. It's going to graze the east coast there and then head back out to sea. Notice here in northeast Indiana, we're going to still stay dry through most of this. There's always a chance for a scattered shower or two, but I'm going to say that's going to be very minimal. We can see down in the Gulf and everything like that, it's going to be very wet down there. And then we have another storm coming up right there, right on the tip of Florida. Not too concerned with this model on what that looks like. And then we got down here off the Baja in the Pacific, we got a storm over there. So this is October 9th. So we're way out there. We haven't seen any of those big storms make landfall on this model. So you guys are wondering how forecasting works and looks and how it's so difficult putting all the models together. That is what it looks like. So this is having us mainly dry through mid-October, which could be really kind of dangerous as we're already in pretty much of a pretty rough drought. So, I mean, October 18th and 19th, I can't really say that this has any somewhat of accuracy towards it at all. So I'm going to apologize again. I'm pretty stuffy today. The allergens are high today. So it's pretty rough. I'm just getting absolutely inundated with some allergies. So we're going to continue to monitor what's going on out there and what this is going to do. I need to get some coffee going. So I'm going to get this playing, get this looping real quick. I got to go grab my coffee cup because I forgot it because I'm a sinner like that. So I will be right back. So I don't know if you saw that or not. So that Fujiwara effect, the GFS is definitely picking up on it. This is the first time that I've actually watched this model run go through. We're going to slow it down and talk to you about it a little bit more here. So let's do that now. So this is pretty close to what we're looking at right now. Possibly some spotted showers throughout the area this morning as we get through our day. There's Saturday. We can see down there around the Bahamas. We definitely have a storm system down there. I think they said that's Humberto or something like that. I have to go in there and check their names. But we see that Fujiwara effect. Oh, what'd I do? Go back. There we go. So we have Hurricane 1, we have Hurricane 2. This could be a very dangerous setup for us. So let's go forward a little bit, see what this is going to do. I am concerned that either one's going to eat the other, or the other's going to launch the other one into the coast and just completely flood it. But it looks like the GFS has these both staying off coast, and then the other one gets absorbed right there. So they all seem to agree that we have a storm system coming off down around the Baja California area, down over here. So that would be something to pay attention to. Good grief, Charlie Brown. So, but that right there is a concern. And this would be a very powerful storm down here. So something to pay attention to. So, and then I believe as these get moving here and get away from us, which would be thankful to the Omega block that we're currently dealing with, it's going to keep us dry. And keep in mind, as we go through these models here, this may be only through October 2nd so far, we're staying pretty dry. Like I said, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry I got the sniffles. My allergies are absolutely killing me today. So as you see, let's back this up just a little bit here. All right, we have this low pressure down here around the Colorado, Kansas area. And it has a nice rain set up to where we're like, oh, this is going to be great. I can't wait to see this rain because we are October 4th at this point. Notice all this moisture down here in the Gulf. That's going to be something we keep an eye on as well. But all this moisture out to our west, and we're just like, man, all right, we could use that rain. Then that low pressure skips north. And then what's going to happen is that rain's going to break off and split and just go away. And that's mainly due to that high pressure and the way the jet stream's currently set up. So we're going to stay pretty dry. Now, if you look down in the Gulf of America down here, we got a pressure system. That's going to be something, like I said, we're going to have to keep an eye on because the Gulf has been abnormally warm this year. And then that's going to possibly bring us our first setup for some rain on this model run, which would be right there. That's October 7th. Like I said, this is too far out. At this point, we're just daydreaming and looking around. But we definitely have some concerned areas out there in the Atlantic. So basically, if you want to know what our weather is going to look like and what this trough means for us, you can see the split between hot and cold right here. It's going to come through and it's going to stay right there, right along those northern border states. If we get this low pressure to push south after this model run, it could bring some of that snow and everything into our area. This would be probably the next week after that, we'll get a cold blast. So keep that in mind. We're going to go back here a little bit, and we're going to talk about that. So, what does that mean for us? For us, that means absolutely nothing. So we're going to get that shut off, and I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to talk about here is what we do. So, get my camera set back up here because I had everything pointed the wrong way here. There we go. All right, so morning news with Brad. Hello. So we just went over some weather models that I was showing you there, and what's that going to do for us? So we do storm recovery, we do storm chasing, and we do the morning coffee with Brad. And there's a lot of things going on, but most importantly, we help save lives. So if we do get landfall from a hurricane, I do have the plan to go chase a hurricane or do everything I can to help with reporting. And then we will also do maybe a food drive or supply drive to help with the devastation and whatnot that could come from this. So if we do get one of these named storms that come on and nail our country, we'll probably do a monetary drive and a food drive or supply drive, and then take that down to help out. So there's not FEMA's great. Thanks, Sarah. My wife just told me that there's antihistamines above the kitchen sink, so we might, when we come up to the break here at 6:25, I will look into going and getting an antihistamine and start kicking some of this allergy out of me. It could be that I was low on coffee, but I'm pretty sure it's allergies. 'Tis the season to be allergies. So, but yeah, so backing into that, if one of these storms does come through and inundate our country, we will be working towards helping with that. So if that's a process that you want to go through and help us, we did share our PayPal. That is by no means a way for me to beg money from you. I'm completely self-funded. I am happy with my life. I don't need the money. But if you want to help, we will keep that money in PayPal until it's needed and apply it how you wish it to be applied. So we're going to go ahead and hit our break real quick. And I'm going to go see if I can fix my face. So we will be right back. All right. All right, guys, I am back. So just went and took some allergy medicine and whatnot. So sorry about that. Hope you're all having a great morning. Welcome to Morning News with Brad. I'm Brad. So I had to go take an antihistamine. So I don't know what the allergy content level is today. Let me go on and look at this because I am pretty sure that it is ugly. All right, what we'll do is just go ahead and post our forecast up. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't feel good this morning. So we are in a moderate risk of allergy symptoms, and it's going to stay that way, unfortunately. So ragweed and corn and dust and all this other junk that's going through the sky right now is just killing me. This is pretty rough. I apologize. So it's causing me to lose a lot of focus. So we're going to get back to the weather here. It's not a bad morning out. It's cloudy. We're sitting at 63 degrees. Today we're looking at a high of 73. Winds are going to be out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy occasionally. So keep that in mind as you get out through your day. We are currently cloudy, going to move into partly cloudy skies. Get some of that sunshine moving for your day. You can see we put a UV index of 4. That's going to be due to the clouds. We're going to have an upper level cloud deck that's going to kind of hold some of that sunshine back. But if you're prone to skin cancer, sunblock probably wouldn't hurt. So looking at tomorrow, we're going to warm up quite a bit. High of 78. We're still going to have that low in the 50s. It's going to be a little cooler. Winds are going to be light and variable, but we're still going to have some of those clouds hanging out and about. And then Saturday, we're going to be 82, and the winds are just going to absolutely die as we finish setting up into this omega block. So somebody asked, Brad, what is an omega block? That is when we have high pressure in the jet stream setting up, and it's going to block everything from moving and changing the forecast. We're going to be stuck in this for a good couple weeks here, guys. We're already in drought conditions and whatnot, so this is not going to help us whatsoever, unfortunately. So we are here, Morning Coffee with Brad. One of the things we're going to talk about today is the Pioneer Festival that's coming up this weekend. Weather is going to be fantastic for it. Get out and enjoy it. Admission's like $5 a person. You can't beat it. There's going to be a lot of good things going on out there. And I look forward to enjoying it with my kiddos and maybe making some candles, seeing Abraham Lincoln and some other things that they got going on. Let's see if we can actually share that without killing my internet, huh? So I have my TV as a secondary not streaming device, monitor. So what this is doing for me is I don't have to struggle to see some of the stuff that I'm sharing with you. And then when I share the screen, it gives me a better opportunity to look at it and share that information with you. So we're getting switched around here. I'm going to pull up the Pioneer Festival information, and we'll get that shared on the screen here, hopefully. I'm not going to show the actual screen until I get it pulled up, so bear with me here. I made something mad. It's thinking. Bear with me. Well, that's working a little bit better. So while that's loading, what events are you planning on going to this weekend? Let us know in the comments. On any plans you have coming up for the weekend. It is Thursday, 6:36. We are at 63 degrees. I thought they had a website for that. Let's try this a little differently here. All right, pioneerfestival.org. I guess that's easy enough to remember, huh? Good morning, Melinda. How are you? All right, we'll go ahead and get this pulled up here, hopefully. Awful glitchy this morning. I apologize. I'm just asking way too much out of my computer, I guess. You're probably not going to hear me as talking as much today. That's just because I don't feel good at all. I apologize. All right, so this is the Pioneer Festival website. It's loading here. My computer is not happy with me. I made some changes to some settings last night, and I don't think I liked it. I'm just throwing that out there. So general admission $5, students $1, children under 5 are free. It is a cash only event, so they will get out of here. No thanks. No smoking, no vaping. So if that's you, please pay attention to that. Parking is available on East Taylor Street, Eiffel Lane, handicap available, Garfield Street, and Evergreen Avenue. So pay attention. These two are for our participants. Hours, like we've said multiple times, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Sunday, with church services at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So here is the schedule. I'm not going to go through it all together there, but so they're going to have an opening firearm salute 10 a.m. on Saturday, the 27th. That's going to be at the encampment there. Looks like they're going to have entertainment by the Applejack Cloggers. I don't know if you like clogging or not, but that's interesting. Pioneer School Learning at the Pioneer Village at 12:15. Abe Lincoln's going to be there doing some storytelling, so pay attention to that. They're going to have some kiddie tractor pulls and things like that. Military demonstrations. So lots of good things going on. They're going to have an antiques barn. There's the information on that. Antique items and vintage items. The Huntington County Artifact Society with Jim and Eve Bickle is going to be going on out there. Young Guns Fun, Scarecrow Contest, Farmers Market, Pumpkins Mums. They're going to have jams, jellies, maple syrup, all kinds of good stuff. They're going to have a saloon that's going to have root beer, cream soda, hot dogs, chips, pickles on a stick. That's going to be by the Huntington North High School Varsity Singers. Ooh, Pioneer Village is going to have some apple fritters. That's going to be fun. And then they're also going to have the food circle. So looks like Tim's Barbecue is going to be out there. Ben's Soft Pretzels. They're going to have corn dogs, soft ice cream, lemonade by Huntington Township Volunteer Fire Department, funnel cakes, pizza, breadsticks, biscuits, gravy. Excuse me. Sorry. And all kinds of other things going on. So get out there and enjoy that. I'm going to do it again. I am so sorry, guys. So on Sunday, like we mentioned, Jeff Diamond's going to be doing the non-denominational old-time worship service presented by Faith Community Church Associate Pastor Jeff Diamond. So if you want to go to church in an old school way, go check that out. But yeah, they're going to have a lot of the same stuff on Sunday, but still nonetheless going to be a great time. So go out and enjoy yourself and check that out. And so that's at the pioneerfestival.org. You can go on there, check out their website, get all the information, and just keep in mind, it's going to be cash only. Okay? So, and from what I understand, there's going to be free parking. They're going to have an ATM that's going to be located in the Antiques Barn for use. I'm assuming that's probably going to have a $5 fee attached to it. So just make sure that you bring your own cash. All right. Any questions on the Pioneer Festival? Anything you want me to go over again on that? It's going to be some wonderful weather, unless you're like me and you have allergies. Because I am actually not having fun right now. As Sarah would say, this is probably just the man flu and it'll pass. So, Melinda, how are you doing this morning? You doing good? I don't know if you can hear me, but my face is not happy right now. I'm not sick or anything. I am just, I don't know if you can see my eyes or not, but man, it is awfully glitchy this morning. All right, let's go ahead and close that. Okay, might have to get rid of the other screen. Doesn't look like my Now it's fine, right? I don't get it. All right. Go ahead and pull our forecast back up so we can talk about that. We got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So tomorrow we'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we'll get into more details on that Friday afternoon at our 6 p.m. newscast, which is going to be off the cuff. And we're going to have Don back. Hopefully we can have a better stream and get things going better that way. So that is what we're looking at over the next couple days. Precipitation is just basically not there. We do have a chance for a scattered shower this morning before the clouds move out, but it is a very, very, very low chance of that happening. And then once we get into the weekend, we're going to have some brilliant sunshine. It's going to be mainly sunny. But like I said, when we went over the weather models, thank you so much. As we went over the weather models, we didn't see a whole lot of chances for rain coming up. We get it close, but we are in an omega block. I'm just going to leave my glasses off. My eyes feel absolutely terrible. I can figure it out from here. Focus. So we're going to go back over those weather models one more time, just in case you missed it. We'll get it shared up here, and I will show you our concern. Before I go too much further, go ahead and work on getting this pulled up here. I did it. Okay. Move tab, new window, drag that over there. So we haven't done it yet, but we're going to go ahead and announce the verse of the day today. That is going to be John 14:6. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. That's always a really powerful verse. I love John. The book of John is a good book to read. So if you ever have time to go through and read that, I highly encourage that. All right, guys. So we're going to pop over the weather models here, and I'm going to show you exactly what we were looking at and what we've been discussing this morning. Hopefully the GFS is better loaded, and it does look like it. So you can see we got some rain in the southern part of our state, which is unfortunate for us because it's going to stay out of here. So we see these two high pressures set up here. That's going to cause a blocking pattern. And then we can go out here into the Atlantic Basin and see what's really causing the problems here. Here we go. Seems like my computer really doesn't like to use pivotal weather, but it's probably because I have it on a secondary screen. I need to double click that. Probably need to maximize that. There we go. It's working on it. There we go. So if you see that dip right there, that pretty much stays there. We'll just go up a couple days here. So now we have our other dip right here, and it's just going to stay that way. And it's all thanks to this high pressure and then these low pressures here. The things just aren't able to push off like we would want them to. So as we're going to actually talk about this, might as well just keep it open. So we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of concern out in the Atlantic Basin as it sits right there. And then we're going to go forward a couple more days here. We'll go up to the 96-hour mark, which I believe will take us to Monday. And as far as news goes, guys, this is probably the biggest news thing I have for you as we watch these storms develop. We can see down there around the Bahamas, we definitely have a big storm. And then as we move, we get the Fujiwara effect, snake eyes, which is never good for us. But this is as of Monday. So the one on the right there is going to, I need to get rid of that banner if we're going to talk like this. All right. Hold on a second, guys. That way you can see a little bit better. Sorry about that. All right. So we see this area down here east of Florida. We have one down here. The pressure's at 997. We have another one over here. The pressure's at 965. This guy's going to eventually eat this one. I don't remember the storm names off the top of my head, but as we go forward here, it would have been easier for me to just put this on a forecast loop, but I think we can still do that. Let this catch up for a second here. So you can see they're still there. We got the one back here growing. This one's kind of staying stagnant right off the coast of Florida. So let's see if we can get this to loop and not lose where we're at. We're hour 99. Once we get that far out on the model runs, guys, it's hard to say whether this is actually going to happen or not. So keep that in mind. I can't guarantee anything that these models show, but it's the Euro and the GFS models are getting a little bit closer together on this, which is also kind of scary because one storm could power the other storm. So let's pray that this doesn't happen. So we're going to go over the GFS, see what these hurricanes are going to do as they come in. You notice that we go from 4 down to 2. And then we're eventually going to go down to 1 as they push off north and to the east. All right, so we're back where we were. This should be just as easy as a click of a button. Let's see how this goes here. There we go. So we have the first invest out here. This is the first little hurricane sitting just off the east coast of Florida and Georgia and South Carolina. This one's still out here rotating, doing its thing, getting a little bit stronger as we go. And then you can see they're kind of inundated in themselves as well in this whole system right here. So we'll see what that turns into. And then we start getting some of that weather in the Carolinas there, which is kind of a concern. We got some of those closer winds, so the winds are going to start to pick up there. Probably going to see some high surf in that area as well. And this guy back here is absolutely just tightly wound. This is not doing much better. So you can see how the eye wall for that would be just off the coast. So even though that one may not make landfall, that could still be a very dangerous storm there for South Carolina. And then it makes landfall. So that is Tuesday at 8 a.m. And then we have this guy out here still hanging out in the Atlantic waiting for his turn. But I don't think it's going to make it. So let's see where this goes. That's going to go further deep inland and then probably turn into a tropical storm as the other one gets bounced away. And we're still going to hang out here. Now we're in Georgia, and that thing's still going to be sucking some of that moisture in and causing some problems. So if this does happen, this setup right here, guys, I do plan on, that's October 1st. So that's coming up pretty quick. I'll know tomorrow if that's something we're going to probably chase after. It's not too far away. I would probably set up a little bit inland to be able to get you some good footage and whatnot of that. But we'll probably do a fundraiser for that. And then if that is successful, we will take off and get down in there. Hey, John. And do some storm recovery. We'll do a food drive before I go down and things like that. That way, we have all of our bases covered before we go down. My wife has no idea what I'm talking about, so she's watching. That's part of what our standard operating procedure would be for a storm like that. So, and then that other storm, it does go east back out into the Atlantic. And then we got to watch one more thing because that low pressure disappeared down here in the Gulf of America. Going to speed things up a little bit here. Now, if you see this, what happened? So that guy comes down here, comes up, then he goes, maybe we'll go up and mess with Canada a little bit, right? So that could give us that classic nor'easter setup as it pulls in some of that colder air. I don't really foresee this coming to fruition right here because that's extreme, especially once you're getting into the colder waters up there and everything. That should have died out pretty good by then as well. So we're a little far out for my comfort level on wanting to talk about all this. We see that Omega block's still out there, but it's starting to break. So we're starting to get some of that moisture coming in. And that's going to give us our next break for some moisture coming up. So go ahead and ask Brad, what's that going to look like on another model? We're going to go over that real quick. All right, so this is the Euro. We see the same classic setup that we're dealing with right now. We got low pressure. That's probably not helping with me right now. Set up down around Kentucky and Tennessee. So we'll fast forward here a couple days. Watch those develop down there in the Atlantic. So right off the coast of Florida, this model's going to agree. It's going to take it a little further south down into Georgia for landfall. But watch that second storm down there as that one makes it all the way up to Virginia right in here before. So the other one, if you remember right, it came kind of down this way. This is having it come up into Virginia. So might need some storm relief efforts around here. Keep that in mind. But watch that second storm on this model. So that is absolutely super low pressure. It was down to 923 there a minute ago. So we still have that low pressure here off the Carolina or into the Carolinas. And so these are going to work together with some moisture here. And we definitely have the chance for a lot of flooding. This has become a major storm on this model. And it's going to push off as well. Now, the other thing with this model, if it's still there, let's see if we get there or not. There we go. So I don't know if you guys see this or not, see what's happening. Let's back up just a little bit more. If you see it, just say, I got it in the comments. So what this model's hinting to is a secondary storm. So down here, just off the Georgia coast, South Carolina, Florida area, we can see there's a lot of moisture up there. And then we go forward. This is October 5th. I've been watching this storm for a little while here. We have a low pressure pop up there just off the South Carolina coast. Definitely not extreme low pressure yet. But then as we go forward and we get to October 6th, you can see that this thing really starts to get tightly wound. And then the pressure starts to drop. And it's just sitting there cooking right off the coast of North Carolina there. Pressure continues to drop. It becomes a little bit of a major storm. And then it goes up and it makes landfall in Virginia. So that could be another bad setup. So those are just some things we're watching right now. As you notice, I don't know if you watched our area, but it's going to stay pretty dry for us. We're going to be inundated with high pressures. We're in this omega block, and that is unfortunate. All right, well, we're going to get that out of here. We're going to talk a little bit more about everything else going on in the world. We talked about the Pioneer Festival today. If you're going out for that, that's going to be a blast. If you're going out for the James Dean Festival, that's going to be a blast as well. I'm going to try to get out and do both. I enjoy the older cars and things like that, but what I really enjoy about the James Dean Festival is the turkey leg. But somebody told me those things are like $20 now. If you can confirm that, let me know in the comments, and I will be skipping the James Dean Festival. All right, we're going to pop our forecast back up for this week, just so you see what's coming for this weekend, rather. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday is going to be a repeat of Saturday, probably just a little bit warmer. But that is what we're looking at right now. And yeah. So if you're wondering what's going on with me this morning, because I'm obviously not very well focused, I don't feel good. My allergies are absolutely just kicking my tail. So we're probably going to hang out for a little bit longer here. And I'll probably get off, record a video, and post that instead. So as sad as that is, we're probably going to go ahead and just keep this in a question and answer time. And then as we feel better later this afternoon, I will go out and see if I can get some footage for you guys for tomorrow. I did see Division Street yesterday. They're making a lot of good progress there. Jefferson Street, I need to go check that out again for you guys and see how that's doing and whatnot. So sorry I don't feel all that great this morning. Still have Sarah's coffee mug. She was talking about getting me a cool coffee mug for the show, but we're working on choices on that one. So, and she's okay with it. She's okay with me having it now. I am cold. So if you got any questions, let me know what you got. We're going to hang out for a little bit longer here. I'm going to make another cup of coffee, see if maybe that kicks me out of the funk here, but I am not feeling good at all. So get some music going here in the background. If you want me to go over the weather models again, let me know on that as well. I don't mind doing that at all. But the good news for us, it's going to be dry. For good news for you, it's going to be dry. Bad news for our dirt, it's going to be dry. Connected here. There we go. All right, guys. Let me know what kind of questions you have. I know it's only 7 o'clock, but I am beat. I don't feel good, so my allergies are killing me this morning. Let me know what kind of questions you have. If you want to talk about anything else, let me know. If you want to talk about some of the weather models, let me know. I would show you the radar, but there's nothing to show you on that this morning. So eventually, like I said, we're going to have the radar up behind us. That'll be exciting. And we'll pull the forecast back up here for the next couple days. Absolutely nothing to complain about. It's going to be a little bit breezy today. Nice and warm for this weekend. 78 on Friday, 82 on Saturday. Still going to hold that cool 52 degrees on Saturday evening.
It knows no end. It covers me and is my defense. When I am weak, you're strong for me. Your grace alone.
Any questions on any of the weather coming up, just let us know. We are here for you on that. One thing I can show you here, if I get my computer to work on it. I struggled with this a little bit yesterday. So let me see if I can get it pulled up here. I can show you guys where I get some of my other information. It is called the Storm Prediction Center. So if you've ever seen this website before, let me know. There's a lot of good things in this site that gives us a lot of good information here at Storm Chasers. This is brought to you by the National Weather Service. This is their Storm Prediction Center. So a current convective outlook gives us an idea of what kind of precipitation to expect risk-wise. So you can see there's a marginal risk. That's going to come down through here. And a slight risk is going to be the lighter colors. So, and then we look at this is day 1. Then we look at day 2. So we're just going to have a slight risk over here, slight risk here down in Arizona. We're going to have a marginal risk. And then day 4 to 8 is the potential is just too low. So then we look at our thunderstorm outlooks. We would definitely enjoy being down there in the Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana area, as they're going to have a little bit more thunderstorm potential. Give me 1 second. I got to fix my settings. So if you're wondering what's going on with my voice, I am inundated with allergies. Not dead, I'm just dying. So that's what all that looks like. We can get the national radar, we can get hazards, we can get their forecasts, meso discussions, convection outlooks, thunderstorm outlooks. So to give you an idea what this all kind of looks like, we can click on this here. And this gives us all of our options, day 4 through 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Potential is too low. So let's go up here. And so this is what we look at to see what kind of weather we have going on for us. We see a little bit of area down here in Florida, and this slight risk area, marginal risk here. So what does that mean? That's the category. Tornado probability today is less than 2%. Wind down there in Alabama and Georgia. And then hail probability is less than 5% in all areas, which is good. So we're just not getting any of this bad weather. So that is fantastic. See, we got no watches across either. And mesoscale discussions, which is typically the discussion for severe weather, is just not there. So it would tell us whether it's severe thunderstorm or winter weather, and there are absolutely none actually in effect right now. So there's a lot that I can do with this. So this is a thunderstorm outlook. Down in here, there's definitely a higher percentage. And then right around in this area. So this kind of gives us a time frame on what it's going to look like. So if you remember the Zulu time, we're going to subtract 4 from that. Good morning, PJ in the house. So you can see that none of that is going to affect us. Good grief, there's a 70% chance. That's going to go all the way up into Nevada. 40% is that lighter blue. And then 10% chance is the brown. So If I was up to storm chasing, I would definitely go out into Arizona, New Mexico, and Nevada. That's interesting. I didn't see that when I was looking at the weather models, but I wasn't paying attention to that area of life. So looking at the national radar to see what's going on out there.
Let no man claim to be higher than your majesty.
It's interesting to see that. I wonder where that's going to come from. I think so. That's later tonight, 8 p.m. tonight. So that's going to be something I'm interested in looking for and watching out on. It's interesting to think about. All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to pop up something else here, see if we can crash the computer this morning. Let's play with some radar, shall we, and see what's going on out that way. Give me a second here as this loads up. So if you're wondering what you're seeing on our map here, over the Huntington area on the velocity side, this is just some clouds, guys. Nothing's coming up on reflectivity. I'm just really curious to see what kind of setup we might have going on down here in Arizona. So see if we can pop this open a little bit here. Well, look at that. We got a little bit of lightning popping up down over here. See that right there? So it's in Mexico. So of course it's not going to pick it up all that well, but interesting. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to see what that was looking like and what we have going on down there. I don't have any of the south of the border friend maps, but I'm wondering if motion-wise that's going to go north. That's going south. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of nerding out there. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. So, in our area, as expected, there are 5 alerts out there. In Texas, we got a flash flood warning. Flash flood warning in Kentucky, and Ohio, Kentucky, and Texas. So, man, that's crazy. It says considerable threat damage. That's rough. So, all right. What are the questions we have that I can answer for you this morning? We're not getting too deep on anything today as I don't feel all that well. I'm going to keep myself off of camera. We're going to pull back up the forecast for the next couple days.
run out of my path. And moments are quicker than time. Oh, time. Finding it harder to see.
All right, guys, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am having some allergies this morning like it's nobody's business, so we're just kind of chilling this morning. Nothing crazy going on today. Anywho, we'll be going out and checking out some of the roads today. And we will update you on the roads after we check them out.
Kingdom of God, true and kind. The boldness of our sacrifice. Standing by each.
Well, I just got a rain alert. I didn't see anything on our radar, so let's go check that out again because that doesn't make me happy.
You make a way. You make a way. You make a way.
We did mention that there's potential for some showers this morning.
You make a way. Every night and day. I'll watch you wait. Oh, 'cause I believe.
All right, well, apparently our radar wasn't updated earlier, so let's get this on the screen. We're going to have a little bit of rain moving into the area today, so I am sorry that didn't come through a little bit ago. Apparently my radar decided it was not going to work today. Here we go. Maybe. So it looks like this morning we're going to have a little bit of rain to start our day this morning, guys. A little bit of a boundary moving through, it looks like. Let's see what that looks like in motion. We got some rain building off to our west, going, looks like straight east. So as we're looking around for our morning commute, we are definitely going to have some rain. We're going to be looking in this area right here. So Fort Wayne, Roanoke, Huntington, Wabash, it's just getting past you. Lauren, we got some rain coming in down here. So keep that in mind as we get our day started. I don't see anything coming after this. I didn't even see this happening, so I apologize. What we have is a little bit of a trough right here, causing some of this moisture. So it's kind of crazy. And we got a little bit of offshoot moisture up here in our area as well. So let's go ahead and take a peek. I feel like we were just on this radar and it didn't show anything. So this looks like it's probably part of the cold front, that leading line right through here. So you can see, if you're paying attention, you have this area right here where that moisture is going this way. And then you have this whole line kind of bows like that. It's pushing into that moisture. So it's going to feed probably this area right here. And we could get some nice storms down there. So let's go ahead and dual screen this. Shut that off. That's not what I wanted. Well, if you're wondering what that looks like, so this is the digital storm accumulation. There's some heavy rain coming down with some of these storms. Man, I don't believe that. There's no way. We'll go in here. There we go. That's better. So what we could look at in this is just a 1/10 to maybe 3/4 an inch in some of these heavier cells there, down there around the Indianapolis area. So let's go up our area, same kind of setup. Just some light showers, guys. There's one little area right there we can go in and check. So maybe it says 0. I'm going to say maybe a 1/10 of an inch possible. So not a whole lot of rain coming through this at all. Just some light showers. Looking at that though, that's exactly what we see. It's just some light rain. If we come down here to the Indianapolis area, if you're traveling south today, you might be already in that area and breaking the law and watching me on Facebook. We got some heavier rain over in that area. That is going to be around Newcastle, Greensboro. So just something to keep in mind. And if you look over here in Kentucky and Ohio, and they don't need this, but it looks like that's going to be more going into their area, unfortunately. Good grief, Charlie Brown, look at that. So that is some moisture that they've had over there. So unfortunately, we got some showers rolling through the area. Keep that in mind as you get your day started. Kids going off to the bus stop, they might need an umbrella. So sorry about that. Not sure why it didn't pick that up this morning when we first pulled up the radar. That was just a couple minutes ago, and then my phone's like, hey, rain alert. So sorry for that. If you're just tuning in, just sharing the forecast there for the next couple days. And we mentioned a couple times this morning, there's a chance for some scattered showers this morning. After that passes through, we should be good for the rest of the day. We're going to end this probably here pretty short. Here coming up soon. I'm not feeling all that great this morning. My allergies are absolutely killing me this morning. So I did take an Allegra, so hopefully that kicks in here, and we'll get out and find some road conditions and things like that for you this morning and share all that information. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the comments. I'm happy that you're here with me. We're just hanging out this morning for a little bit, hoping that I can get past all this. And if you are unaware, I do have surgery coming up Monday. So that's going to be exciting. They're going to shorten my arm a little bit. So if you have any questions on that, I'd be more than happy to answer that as well. Tomorrow, as long as I'm feeling okay, I do plan on bringing my wife on the cast at the 8 o'clock hour. So you get to meet her. You'll get to meet baby Hannah as well, I believe. So I'm kind of excited to bring them on and let you chat with them a little bit. And hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow morning. I'm going to be kicking some butt on some Allegra here. Beneath the sky, in darkest darkness, so brightest light. So what we'll do is we're probably going to hang out till the 7:30 point where I would typically take a break, and we'll probably call it a day there. National Lobster Day. Well, let's go ahead and open the internet and take a look at see. So today, September 2025, is Heritage Day, National Lobster Day, National Daughters Day, National Cooking Day, National Comic Book Day, National Tune-Up Day. I tell you what, I need National Tune-Up Day in my life, it sounds like. National Accessible Air Travel Day, National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day, and National Hazy IPA Day. I didn't know we had so many national days all at once. So yeah, it'd be nice to get some lobster today. What is your favorite way to eat lobster? I'll wait for somebody to share, and then I'll share with you my favorite way to eat lobster, which is going to blow your mind probably, but I don't mind sharing that.
When I am strong, when I am weak, if I feel forgotten, you remember me.
But I think it's just allergies, so.
I'm calling out when I am empty and all dried up. When I feel lonely and I'm not enough, I'm calling.
So my adopted mother there is talking about National Lobster Day, which I did confirm it's National Lobster Day, along with a lot of other things, which is awesome. But my favorite way to eat lobster was when I was stationed in San Diego. From October to March, well, the end of March, is lobster season. So you have a couple ways you can get it. You can trap them. My preferred way was to free dive, and I would go down and snatch up some lobster from the bottom of the ocean, which was really cool. Typically, I do it in like bays and harbors and things like that. But excuse me. Sometimes we would have a pot set up ready to go on the beach or something like that, and cook it right there. But there was a time where I went out and did some diving and brought a couple lobsters home for Sarah's birthday one time. Man, we were young then, I tell you what. Now, I'm sure I'd have to use a weight belt because I'm sure I float. But yeah, I had a lot of scary events diving for lobsters, but it was always worth it. There was a time, a friend of mine, David Yoder, and I were out fishing. We caught a lobster, and it was absolutely huge. And we cooked it right there on the beach and fed some people. Crawdads are okay to eat. I've been down that road once, but you got to trap and hunt a gray fox. Well, that actually kind of sounds fun. I have a 308 I need to target practice with, Wink Wink. Oh, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share a little story from yesterday. So yesterday, me and the family went out and did the Walk a Mile Wednesday with Huntington Parks and Recreation. Megan Thompson, she's awesome, by the way. But we went out to the Markle Park and did that yesterday. Great experience. Had a good walk. We did about a mile. And we got home, and wife had to go do some things, so I was stuck to my own devices, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go try to find some pawpaws, which I did. And I'm going to share one of those with Megan today as well, because she wants to try them. So I was out in the woods. I was all by myself. And as I was walking through the woods, I came across an orb weaver spider, and the thing was absolutely massive. It was bright orange and yellow. Its legs were white, and it just freaked me out. So in all of my glory, I said, I'm just going to move around this guy. Kind of moved his web a little bit. Tried to get some pictures, but my phone wouldn't focus. It was totally creepy. If you know me, I typically don't do spiders, but I was really trying to get a good picture so I could show you guys. And that if that shows you my commitment level, it's there. Um, but oh man, so I sit there, I tried and I tried and I tried, and that spider wasn't moving really the whole time I was trying to do the pictures. But I mean, it was like the size of a silver, excuse me, a 50-cent piece. It was absolutely massive, and so eventually I just gave up trying to take a picture, and I was like, I'm just going to walk away. And I took a couple steps, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try a picture a little farther away. And well, what happened was I turned around, and the spider, whether it was just jumping or whatever, it looked like it had a little parachute, but the spider was coming at me, bruh. It was floating through the air, coming right at me. So, of course, in all of my glory, I turn around like the little girl that I can be with spiders, and I just start absolutely hauling butt out of the woods. And so I come busting out of the trees, and there's this older woman walking by the boat ramp there, and so I come out like I'm Bigfoot, getting ready to run her over, and the only thing that came out of my mouth was, "There's a crazy spider in there. I'm pretty sure." So not a proud moment there at all. Pretty sure the spider had an M16 over. So keep that in mind when you're out and about. It is spider season, and don't make it mad. So you're running from crawdads, I'm running from spiders, because I don't do spiders. Not at all. Alright guys, one other thing that I'm going to talk about real quick is an event coming up by the National Weather Service. They're looking for COCORAZ. That is Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. They're going to be doing an event coming up for volunteers of all ages to help study storms. It's going to be October 3rd in Columbia City. So if that is something you want to do or sign up for, it's going to be hosted by the Whitley County EMA. I'm probably going to look at doing that because I do have a weather station that I'm going to be looking to set up. So this is going to be Friday, October 3rd from 2 to 3 p.m. in Columbia City. So I'm going to be looking to do that. The National Weather Service makes no claim to the accuracy of the video. So COCORAZ is an acronym for Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. It is a non-profit, community-based network of volunteers of all ages, backgrounds, working together to measure precipitation. The network is originated at Colorado State University in 1998 and has expanded to thousands of observers over half of the United States. The National Weather Service Northern Indiana office is helping to expand the network across northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, and northwest Ohio. This is a community project. Everyone can help. Only requirements are an enthusiasm for watching and reporting weather conditions, a desire to learn more about how weather can affect our lives, a computer and internet connection to report your data, and an official 4-inch diameter rain gauge, like the one pictured below. The ultimate goal of the program is to have an observer per square mile in urban areas and one observer every 36 square miles in rural areas. All observations from around the country can be viewed on the COCORAZ website, and the data may be used in local media, engineers, insurance companies, emergency managers, and many others. What will volunteer observers be doing? Each time rain, hail, or snowstorm crosses your area, volunteers take measurements of precipitation from as many locations as possible. These precipitation reports are recorded on our website. The data are then displayed and organized for many of our end users to analyze and apply daily situations ranging from water resource analysis to severe storm warnings to neighboring communities, comparing how rain fell in their backyards. So pretty cool thing to use and get into. So have you guys tried pawpaws yet? If you haven't, let me know. I will see if I can get you some. I have a couple left. One thing I will mention to everybody is if you do happen to come across pawpaws, don't eat the skin and don't eat the nuts because they are toxic. So let me know. I could bring you out a pawpaw or two. You guys can try it. They taste like bananas mixed with a little bit of mango. But all right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me today. Oh, you did try them. Okay, good. What did the farm animals say to tech support? There's a farmer in the tell. Oh, you're tearing me up today. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off for today. Thanks for being here with us. I'm going to go try to maybe wash my face or something. My eyes are on fire. I hope you have a great day today. And just thanks for joining me this morning as you get your day started. I did drink some coffee this morning. I got a couple cups down. At this point, I'm just going to go try to fix my face. So have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning.